everybody, welcome. I am going to answer a specific question in today's lesson. And although I have made some videos before, I've got your core lessons on landing pages and on agent websites. There are distinct differences, and I want to make sure that I go over those with you guys today. Now, the specific question, and if you have any questions, just make sure you add them. Go ahead and type them in there, and I'll respond to you. Bottom line is, landing pages and agent site pages are really two different things. Okay. Now, the question that came in that I want to answer today is: can I make a web page with all of the videos that I have done so that I can show a seller how I market their home? Which I think is a fantastic idea. It's a great question. So yes, you can. However, as agent sites are evolving, right now we're using a lot of workarounds. So I want to kind of show you the differences, and then you can decide, what actually makes sense for you. Okay, so first, if I'm on the home page here, down here on the left-hand side, we're going to go to the Consumer tab. Now, your Consumer tab is all of your front-facing applications that the consumer would use. So that these would be your agent website, your landing pages, your app. This includes the guide builder, which is part of our app settings as well. Okay. All of those are in this consumer section. All right. Now, if we click on landing pages, you'll be able to, agent site pages and landing pages, you can see a list of pages that you have created. To build a new landing page or to build an agent website page, you're going to go to create a new site to start either one. Now, let me explain to you what the difference is. Okay, so the first one is your agent website. This is your agent website, okay? So it's your KW command agent website that has your branding, has some basic info on it. Now, on your agent website, you have a menu. See up here, you have a menu. Now, your menu is not built automatically beyond the few core pages they give you when you set your website up. So if you haven't set your agent website up yet, and you go through the Kelly guide and you do the about page and the team page, those will be part of your menu. But if you get fancy and start to add additional pages, those actually have to be added to your menu. So I'm going to make sure that you have the links to those lessons because they're separate. You're going to need to learn how to do those separate. Okay, I probably won't go all the way through that today. Okay, so when somebody is on your website, let's just say we're going to go to a page here. All right, so here's a page that I added, custom built, that includes the widget to the Homekeeper blog. And I really did this just to show people how to do it. In my opinion, the Homekeeper blog is nice, and if somebody clicks through, it does have your branding on it, but it's not building like SEO. It's not content the same as a blog would be. Okay, so I'm not opposed to having it, so I put it in there to show you guys how to put that in there. I'm hoping at some point we can actually build real blogs, and that would be beneficial. But anyway, when somebody is on this page, they are seeing the menu, they're seeing login, sign up, search bar, homepage. So there's a navigation up here that, and who knows what else will develop over time, that can distract them, that can have them clicking on other things, okay? So your agent site pages are all part of this website. You can get to and from additional pages, they can search for homes, it's all part of that. Where a landing page stands alone. So let me see. Okay, so here's an example. Our agent websites start with our domain name, whatever your .kw is. So in my case, it's ballenvegas.com. That's the domain name for my KW agent website. So they will all start with this, and then after the slash, this is called the slug. Whatever keywords are there in the slug, this is what makes up the address of that page. Where a landing page, you can see, actually starts with pages.kw.com. And the biggest difference, let me see if I can open that so we can look at it. The biggest difference is these pages are not part of your website. There is no menu that takes them anywhere else in your website. It has a single focus. Okay? So the goal for a landing page, generally speaking, is to promote a listing, to create an open house registration, to create, like this one is a testimonial capture page. They don't need to be on the website displayed in any way. They can be on their own. And if you're going to run something like a Google ad, sending them to a landing page that has an offer up here and then a form, you're going to get higher capture rates because that's the only thing they have to do. Where when you send them to your website, they can start bouncing around and doing other things, and now you're going to lower your conversion rates. So that's one reason why we build landing pages. One reason is for better lead capture. Another reason is to have a page that doesn't serve a purpose for somebody just landing on our website, like this one, testimonial request. This would be a page I send to my past clients in a smart plan saying, hey, our Lori Ballen team in Las Vegas is driven by testimonials, and we would be so grateful if you would take a moment and let us know what you thought of our services. And then I send them this link. They fill this out. This is a KW command page, by the way. A page they give us to build. So there's some a template in there that we can build on. Anyway, so they fill in first name, last name, address, year, and they can put 5 stars, and then I can display that testimonial on my testimonial landing pages, and we're looking to see where else that's going to develop. But this video is not about testimonials. This video is about the creating a single page to serve a certain purpose, okay? So what you'll need to decide is the page I'm going to build, let's just say this one where we're going to create a page that displays marketing we have done for other sellers. And in the case of the client that asked me, hey, I want to display a whole bunch of videos that I have done for past sellers to show a potential seller, this is what I do. Well, then you're going to have to decide, do I want that to be part of my website or not? Now, here's another part of this decision making. Your website can only have so many pages, and right at the top of my mind, I'm forgetting what that number is. But what'll happen is, let me see how many I've got 9, so maybe 10 is the max. I can't remember. What happens is once you start building beyond that, you're not able to add them to your menu. You can still have them, but you can't add them to your menu, and when you're sorting through your designs, you're going to hit a wall. Now, I'm guessing this is something that is probably unintended, and I'm thinking they're going to give us more growth ability. But as of the last time I checked, I was hitting a limit with how many pages I could build on my website and add to the menu and sort through those designs. So consider that as well. If this is not a page that you need, basically if somebody lands on your website and they're going to surf around, if you don't need this page to be displayed in the menu, then building it as a landing page alone off your website is perfectly acceptable, okay? You're going to have a URL for this landing page that you can give to people. You can also even register a GoDaddy domain and forward it to this if you wanted to, like Lori'sMarketing.com, Lori'sSellerMarketing.com, MarketMyListing.com, whatever. And I could forward it to this page, okay? Now, here's another thing to decide when you're making these differences, and then I'll go into actually creating a landing page that has those videos that will answer the question. Okay. So let's go create a new site. First thing I want to show you is let's pretend we want to build the landing page on your website. You're going to click the first one. Click Create Page. What I'm going to show you is that the elements are different. So let's see if I can open in a different tab so I can show you what the landing page looks like. So that might also make a difference for you when you're deciding which one you want to build. I don't know if this will actually let me open two, but we're going to try. If I could do a side-by-side comparison, that would be great. Okay, here you go. So this is the agent site. So you have a team widget, agent profile, contact form, a testimonials carousel. Now, hop over here. You notice we don't have that testimonials carousel. So these widgets are your biggest differences right now, and I don't know why they're different. I'm not sure what they're thinking there, but they are very different. This one has an agent profile. This one has your local expert, and they look different. There's your local expert, and here's agent profile. You see what I mean? So you might want to look at these side by side and look at the elements also so that you know whether or not you want to build an individual landing page or if you want to build a page on your KW agent website. Now you'll also notice that for some reason on our KW agent websites there's no video widget. Now that doesn't mean you can't use a video because we have some workarounds where you can use one of these widgets and paste the YouTube embed code in. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's do this one, and we're going to go to configure widgets. So before all the information will be correct, you have to configure the widgets. So if you drop a widget in here and you say, oh my gosh, that's not the right info, don't panic. They're placeholders. So you go down here to this button and click configure widgets. Now you can change the headshot, you can change the page title, you can change the role and company, you know, that type of thing. Well, also right here in the agent bio, what we have found is we can use some HTML widgets in these sections, and some are better than others. But let's just say you have a video that you want to put on your agent website page. All right, I'm just going to pick Graham here. We're going to use one of his videos. Okay, so all we do is, let's just say this is your video, and you publish it to YouTube or Vimeo. I'd have to look at what other ones, but let's just say you publish it to YouTube. I'm going to click share, and I'm going to grab this code right here. See this code? We're just going to copy that. I'm going to go back over to here, and we're going to paste that in. And now let's see if that worked. It does. Okay, see that? Okay, this is a workaround. A workaround is when we're using something other than what it was intended for. You might call it hacking that element. I don't know. So this is not what KW had intended, but we figured out early on that these boxes do take HTML code. Okay. The drawback is you don't have a lot of, you can, if you know a little bit of code, you can change some of these things. Like, let me see if this changes the width, 100% width, save and apply. Yeah. So if you know a little bit, you know, you can tweak those a little bit to make them look really good. And this looks great. But the problem is now I can't put in another video right underneath it. So you would have to be really clever with this and say things like, let's do this. Let's say like this is Keller Williams, and the bio title is going to say how we market listings. I'll click save and apply. Okay, so this is perfect for one video, right? It looks so good. So if you want to add a page on your website that makes an offer or is some sort of video bio or something like that, this would be fine. But the challenge is now you'd have to add another widget somewhere to put another video, and then you would be repeating contact information and things like that. There's not a standard HTML block form here, and there's not a video form here. So you could go down and you could say, okay, now let me put in this contact form, and you could drag that in to the bottom. Okay, now we could put another video. Let me see if I can put a video there. Yeah, I think we could do this. So I'm going to paste the same video just so that we can test it. Save and apply. Yeah, that works. You see what I'm doing there? So you would have to go in and use these video listing too. You would have to use these little widgets and kind of play around with this and accomplish what you want to accomplish. So it's really not a perfect scenario, but it is doable. Okay, so if that helps, all you have to do is just keep going through these widgets and find ones that would work and make sense to fit your video again. Now here's your testimonials carousel. Okay, so there's the testimonials carousel. So let me configure that. Yeah, so in this one, you can drop in your testimonials here, but there's no box for a widget. There's no box to add a video, but that looks good adding to the page. You see, do you see where I'm going with that? Where the ones on your website the pages on your website for some reason do not have the testimonial carousel. So not sure what they were exactly thinking by not having the same widgets on each page. I mean, why not give us all of them on both a standalone and on an agent site page? I'm guessing it has to do with how all of their agent websites work together and trying to keep the branding cohesive. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So this is a workaround. Now, we're going to go on next, and I'm going to show you how to do it on a landing page, okay? So this is your first idea. Now, if you have a question, let me know so that I understand if you're running into any of these issues. Now, as I always also let you know, Jeff and Paul, those are my brothers, Jeff and Paul Helvin with an H, have a marketing company. Now, I founded that marketing company years ago, and then I actually decided I just kind of wanted to live in the teaching side of things, and so they own and operate the marketing company now. And it is a KW command friendly web development company, so they actually build all these. They build landing pages, they build agent website pages, they build your agent websites, they do your smart plans, they run your Facebook ads. So if you're looking at this right now and you're just saying, oh my gosh, Lori, this looks like, I just want to be able to call somebody and tell them this is what I want and have them build it for me. That's Jeff and Paul. Of course, they're going to charge you for it, but that's what they do. Okay, so I want to let you know that before I go to this next step. So you could call them and say, hey, I've got these 10 videos. This is what I'm going for. This is what I kind of want the concept to be, and they'll create the intro and they'll put all your videos on there for you and set it up. Okay. Now, let's look over here at a landing page. Okay, now your landing page, so remember, this one would be a page on your website. This one is that standalone landing page. Okay, so the first one's part of the website, second one is standalone. So this is your landing page standalone. You'll notice here we have a video block. So I'm going to drag that video block up on top, and you're going to get this envelope. Okay, now again, we have to configure the widget. So go ahead and click Configure Widgets, and then we're going to click Video to configure the video widget. Now up here, You could put property number 1, or you could put Smith Street video. Okay. Now here, you're going to describe it. You're going to describe the video. This is what we did. This was our concept. This one included drone, whatever it is that you want to put above that video. Okay. Now, the nice thing about having a video block is you can use a video URL, or you can upload a video from your computer, so it does not have to go into YouTube if you don't want it to. Or you can enter a video URL. So let's just take Graham's video again here, and we're going to click share, and I'm going to click copy. We're going to come back over here. By the way, if you're not following Graham Stephen, he's a millionaire millennial real estate agent. Got some great investing advice and all that as well. Okay, so here I'm going to paste this in here, and we're going to click save and apply. There you go. So Smith Street video. Oh, that's interesting. This is the info I want to display. I don't see where that's showing up. Oh, right here. I'm sorry. It's the video description. So it's not an intro above. It's below. Describes the video below. Description below. Okay. So that's showing up right here, by the way. All right. Now, also on here, you have some other great widgets you can use for your landing page. You can put your branded header up top. Whoops, I don't like that one. I like this one much better. Let me see. If you ever cannot delete something and you want to delete it, remove it, change it, you can save your page, exit out, come back in, and then you'll probably see the little exit. You'll see the little mark where you can remove that widget. That happens sometimes. I want to show you what this other one looks like. There it is. Nope, I dragged the same one in twice. I sure did. Let's try this one. Branded header. There we go. Okay, so pretend the page starts right here. So there you go. You have a nice branded header. You have the video. Now, if you want to put something above the video, you can. You could put in content blocks that you type some text in there. Okay, something like this. There you go. This would be a title. This would be your text. And then there's more titles. I'm going to tell you right now that these text editors are not easy. I'm so used to using really simple WordPress, WYSIWYGs, and these are not that. So I caution you about getting too excited about these content blocks right now, because they're just a little bit harder to use. So, but you would change this title to How We Serve Our Sellers, let's just say. And then here you've got bold. You can make it italics. You can, if you highlight it, you can make it italics. You can underline it. You can put a link in here. You can change the size of the font. And you can change the style of the font. Now, I'm gonna tell you to make sure up here, see these little icons? You have a desktop computer, you have a tablet, and you have a smartphone. Click that, because now you're able to see what this is going to look like on a mobile device. Okay, so this looks good, but if you were to make the change, if this was not clean looking, it would look really bad on mobile, but this actually looks pretty good. So you could now see how it has these little 4 sections. So you could now go in and edit it. Let me go back to desktop mode, and you could edit those 4 sections. You can also delete them. So if I were to click on one, see, but they're so hard to mess with. You have to get it just right on the box. Yeah, I can't even get in there to edit those. So I'm gonna caution you to leave this as try not. I would not use those content blocks unless you have to, and if you do, keep them really simple. And then we have layout blocks. These are grid items, list items. So this would be to make a bullet pointed list. I'm going to drag this one over. Let's go to the bottom so we can see it better. Okay, I don't know. These I don't mess with yet. I just don't think they're ready for us myself. I don't have the patience for it. But these I like. So now below all of that, you could add a market snapshot. The widgets are real clean and nice. I like them. If you go to configure widgets, you can configure anything you drag in here. There you go. There's your market snapshot, and you could change it. So maybe you're only including videos about homes that you've listed in a particular area. You can configure that widget and choose where that area is. Okay, so that might be something that you want to do. Once this is all done, I know mine looks like really messy right now because we were playing with dragging all those in. Then you can change this title up here, and then once you hit publish, you'll have your unique URL. But keep in mind, if you build it this way, it's not going to be on your website. It is not a page on your website. It is a standalone landing page. You're going to use just that landing page. Okay? So big differences between these two and how they function, what the distraction levels are, what the widgets are. So you're really going to want to be careful about which one it is that you're choosing. All right? So I don't see any other questions. If you do have a question, just leave it in the comments, and I'll make sure I get an answer back to you. And there's today's lesson on landing pages and agent websites and how to build a custom page, like the one we talked about with marketing for sellers. I'm Lori Ballen, and thanks again for joining me today.